son Justin was born on November 13th, 1994, 4 months premature, weighing only 1.5 pounds. But look at him now.
That's Justin Washington, with his mother Dorinda and his father Craig. Justin looks like a typical 6-year-old, and he is, because of life-saving medical breakthroughs developed by the March of Dimes. Dorinda had tried to become pregnant, but had experienced several miscarriages. When she finally did become pregnant with Justin, she knew she was at high risk.
Finding out that I was pregnant with Justin I had mixed emotions. It was happy, and at the same time, it was very scared. Previously, I experienced several miscarriages, and that was very scary, and it was very heartbreaking.
Dorinda gave birth to Justin at just 24 weeks, very small and very sick.
That was the longest couple of seconds in my life because I wanted so desperately to hear that cry. And I was waiting, and it seemed like eternity, and I thought I had lost him. And all of a sudden, you heard this little whimper, like, wah. And it's like, he's okay, he's alive, and we were so excited.
But the initial excitement was gradually replaced by Dorinda's realization of just how serious Justin's condition was.
I was in denial for a long time, going to the hospital day in and day out, and I just wanted Justin to be okay, and I was just looking for the day when he would eventually go home. And I remember the nurses continued to tell me he's really sick.
Just receiving the news from my wife that we may lose our only son that we've been trying so long to have, and not being able to be there with her, it was just emotionally draining. It was a sense of just helplessness where you couldn't help your child. I mean, that was the most unnerving feeling in the world.
Justin spent 4 months in the NICU with underdeveloped lungs and intestinal blockage. He underwent several operations before he was finally able to come home and was soon free of heart monitors, blood tests, and oxygen masks.
He was on oxygen, and the pediatrician looked at me and said, "What do you think he's breathing? It's practically off." So he removed the oxygen, and I was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And he was like, "He's breathing on his own. He doesn't need this. It's down so low, he's not even really using it." And that was the moment that I had a baby that was not attached to any machines. And I remember coming home, and I laid him out on a blanket, and I was just staring at him because that was the first time I had really seen his face. And that was a very unusual feeling, but it was really good. It was a good feeling.
And now, as a 6-year-old, Justin is a healthy, active little boy, a joy to his parents and everyone who meets him.
You need a hat, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin is like a stick of dynamite. He's explosive, and he has this attraction where people just, for some reason, adore him.
Daddy, I love you.
The boat ride was one of the highlights of his life. He was just in heaven.
We have a book at home. We took pictures of every stage, and we put them in a book, and we kind of narrated the book. And each section has different captions. And that book has become Justin's favorite quote-unquote story. He doesn't understand that that's not a book we bought in the store. This is his life. So a lot of times, he'll say, "Mommy, before bedtime, Mommy, read me that story." Say your prayers.
Now I leave me down to sleep.
So one night we were praying, and I usually let Justin say whatever he wants to say. He says his prayers, and each night it could be different. But one thing he always ends with is, "God bless all the sick babies in the world."
God bless the sick babies in the world.
Take your glasses off. Night, night.
And as the Washington family tours the country as March of Dimes national ambassadors, they are motivated and inspired by their own very personal experience with the life-saving medical breakthroughs made possible by the March of Dimes.
I want people to be aware, especially those minorities that may not be aware, what it is that the March of Dimes does. It's like, here, look at my son. This is what they do. This is the role that they serve.
If I had a dream today, my dream would for every mother to have a baby that is completely healthy, that grows up to be a wonderful adult, that accomplishes great things.
Let's take some babies together.